Hello, I'm Sam from Jessup Says. The focus of my channel is to share and educate on how to buy less, buy better. It's not necessarily about buying less things, but it's about buying something that fits its purpose perfectly and serves you for as long as possible. I want and have always wanted this channel to be built by a community, and in turn for it to build a community itself. I feel like there are so many people out there that understand and are either starting to embrace or have always embraced the idea of buy less, buy better. It's really cool seeing the number of comments we get on these videos, and even though we're still only just blasting our way to 1,000 subs, I feel like the conversations that we have down below are really constructive and interesting. It's one of the best parts of YouTube as a platform, true engagement. As part of that engagement, a viewer named Zach recently said the following: I did have a random idea for a video as I have a trip coming up, but a good day bag. One for camera, water bottle, etc. I normally use a backpack, it's convenient, but it doesn't look that great. I thought this was a great question, as in the last couple of years, I've had a lot of different bags and a lot of different use cases for those bags, and I realized that having the right bag for the job that I'm intending to use it for is essential. I have some, let's say, mild OCD, so things like having a particular place in the bag so that you know where it is at any given time is quite important to me. This means that I tend to be quite picky with what kinds of bags that I like to use in each situation. For me, I typically have 4 different types of bags that I might want to take, and thankfully I have 4 different solutions that I've been enjoying using and that are worth talking about. These are a simple cloth tote bag for quick trips into town, a messenger tote bag for when a laptop or anything heavy is required, or if I'm doing overnight travel, or just if you need to carry a bit more with you, a leather briefcase, which is for meetings and you'll want one that will last a lifetime, and finally a backpack for when you have a lot to carry, or crucially when you have a large DSLR camera or some filming cameras that you're lugging around with you. But let's start off with a simple cloth tote bag. I think the best thing to consider, along with the use case of a bag for the day ahead, is actually to think what you're going to be carrying in each said bag, and this often defines what bag I choose. For me, this first bag is just basically a simple hold-all or a sack that I take with me if I have a couple of things that either don't fit in my pockets or I'm going to be walking around a lot, so I don't want the bulk in my pockets when I'm walking. The typical contents of this hold-all sack would include things like inhaler, sunglasses, plasters, lip balm, in-ear headphones, house keys, packs of gum, maybe a battery bank, but if I'm adding a battery bank, I'll probably go to the next bag up, the messenger tote bag. My choice for this bag is a really simple tote that I recently got from Ribatu when I got my Japanese denim from them. It's really nice, it's really simple, it's literally featureless in the sense that it's just a plain bag with a little graphic on the front, and that's exactly what I want. I find that it holds all my stuff, the perfect amount of stuff, and the strap length is really good for me to carry either over the shoulder or down at my feet. I also like that if I take off my jacket or some knitwear, that can then be fit quite nicely and quite easily into that bag to then carry around with me. It's a simple bag for a simple day of pottering around town and probably visiting the Informale shop or Mason's in Melbourne. Yes, it might not be particularly aesthetic, but I think the simplicity just kind of means that it speaks for itself in a weird way. A more recent acquisition for me is a messenger tote bag. It's my go-to bag at the moment and has come with me recently to Mexico as my plain bag, and honestly it did a really amazing job when stored at my feet, and it wasn't really too obtrusive, and I had all my stuff in it. Really impressed so far with this kind of style of bag. It's sort of your backpack alternative. It fits everything in it that you might need for a day trip, maybe an overnighter. For me, often trips to Sydney, I can just pack everything into this one bag, or it can be for a day trip but you need to carry around things like a laptop and a bit more stuff, maybe a stills camera. But let's talk about exactly what I pack into my one. So on top of all the stuff in the cloth tote, the inhaler, sunglasses, plasters, lip balm, in-ear headphones, house keys, and pack of gum, I would also add the following depending on the use case: a notebook and pen, battery bank and cables, wall wart, laptop charger depending on if I'm traveling or not, a mouse, over-ear headphones for the plane if I'm going on a plane, a stills camera, which for me is a micro four thirds camera and fairly small, so it fits in nicely, ibuprofen, antihistamine, and recently I had a full pack of baby wipes, but usually I just carry around a little wee pack of baby wipes for you never know what. My choice for this bag is the carry-all tote in French Navy from July Bags. Described as a slim tote that comfortably fits across the shoulder or in the palm of your hands. From hotel to home, the tote takes everything you need for your day. It has a capacity of 20 liters and also fits a 15-inch laptop. It has a 5-year warranty and was designed in Australia. The material of this bag I find to be very resistant and resilient, as well as water resistant, which is a great feature and awesome when you don't know what the weather will be when you land and get off a plane. The leather accents also seem to be made from a fairly good quality leather and feel really nice under the hat. The internal bottle pocket is probably the most awesome and exciting feature throughout the whole bag, and that seems really weird to say, but it is really a cool feature. It holds a water bottle upright perfectly, which in a bag shape like this, having things help it stand upright is amazing, and it also keeps it internal inside the bag, so really nice, well protected, so it's not going to pop out and, I don't know, disappear like a backpack if you have those external backpack holders. But what I actually tend to use this little pocket for is for my power bank, sunglasses, and my mouse, and they all sort of fit in that pocket and fill that pocket up, and that means that my power bank can stand directly straight up and down, and then my cable can come off the top of the power bank, and then I can slip my phone into this external little magnetic pocket, which happens to be my second favorite feature, which is called the quick pass pocket. And it's a little external pocket where you can just slide your phone or passport in perfectly, and there's a magnetic closure on the top, and it's just seamless and you can barely even tell that it's there. So having the internal bottle pocket combined with this quick pass pocket on the outside of the bag means it's just really easy for traveling and for charging my phone on the go, airports and things, without having to worry about where everything stands and where it's all stored. It of course includes a laptop sleeve, which is nice and padded, and the internal space all throughout is really nicely laid out and has fairly good quality hardware. It can be used with a strap over the shoulder when it's really heavy, or you can just carry it with the handles, which makes it really versatile in terms of how you want to carry it or how you want to distribute the weight of it. It also has the crucial pass-through panel on the back, which means you can attach it to the top of your suitcase, which is obviously essential and amazing for travel. I do have a few gripes, and that is that the stitching across the bag is not the best. I've found a lot of loose threads and parts that are fraying that objectively shouldn't be fraying, parts that actually have tension and strain on them that are starting to pull apart. Now, I'm not personally precious about these things, and aesthetically it hasn't impacted it in any way. The durability hasn't really been impacted either at this point, but if it does impact the durability, then maybe I'll be using that 5-year warranty, and I'll give you all an update if that becomes the case. Overall, it's a really useful tote. It's aesthetically simple and pleasing. With the navy and the black leather, it's a premium look and it looks and feels fantastic. It's really worth a look if you're looking for a similar use case, though there are many other alternatives out there, like things like the Filson tote bag, which would fill a similar kind of vibe, but a little bit more rugged if that's your style. Now, if a bag like the last one won't do it for you because you need to look a bit more proper or fancy, then a leather briefcase is probably going to be your next best bet. Now, I tend not to use mine as an overnighter. It's more of another day bag for meetings or events where you need to look a bit more put together. I wouldn't recommend that everyone rush out and buy a good quality leather bag, because if you're going to invest in one that's going to last you a lifetime, it's probably going to set you back quite a lot. But if you're patient like I was and you save up a bit, then you can end up with something that is pretty much a piece of art. This bag also isn't designed to fit absolutely everything into, so the contents are a little bit different from the messenger tote. Obviously, it can include all the things like the inhaler, sunglasses, plasters, lip balm, in-ear headphones, house keys, and the packs of gum. But then I also typically have in this bag a notebook and pen, battery bank and cables, the laptop and stills camera, and of course things like ibuprofen and antihistamine. My choice for this bag is apparently the same as what President Barack Obama chose for his presidency, which is the Frank Clegg leather zip top briefcase, and I have the double gusset side. This bag is the epitome of a made for life, with its full leather construction, extremely solid stitching, solid brass hardware, solid brass zippers. It also fits a 15-inch laptop, and it's amazingly handcrafted in Massachusetts in America, though it will set you back well over 1,500 Australian dollars. To me, for a bag of this quality, it's truly something special to behold. It's made from the thickest, nicest hide that I've literally ever held, and it's stitched together so beautifully tight across the entire bag. But back to the leather, which is just, it's sensational. It's called harness belting leather, and it's basically the leather that they use in equestrian equipment because it's meant to last forever. It's full grain veg tan leather, which has a smooth surface that is created using extra fat liqueurs that are adding during the conditioning process. The leather is described as having a firm hand that relaxes with age and use and will develop a unique and cherished patina. Definitely what I'm looking for. During the finishing process of this leather, they apply a thin protective film, which makes it have that nice subtle sheen, and it also provides a light layer of water repellency. The leather is, again, seriously beautiful stuff. My future children and my children's children are going to love this bag just as much as I have to this point, and will continue to love going forward. Finally, the backpack. I know Zach was keen to stay away from backpacks, but I think this one, the one that I own, is pretty special. And although it's aesthetically what I'd describe as hardcore technical stealth, it's still a fairly good looking bag. The main reason I would choose this over any of the other bags that we've discussed is because I am needing to carry a large DSLR, or carrying multiple cameras, or even mics, or whatever it might be for traveling or filming. Amazingly, this bag actually fits an incredible amount of things in it. So on top of all the other things that were in the cloth tote, inhaler, sunglasses, plaster, lip balm, in-ear headphones, house keys, and pack of gum, I would also add the following things: notebook and pen, battery bank and cables, a wall wart, laptop charger, mouse, over-ear headphones, stills camera, film camera, externally mounted tripod, though I do need to find a travel one, a water bottle, obviously ibuprofen and antihistamine. So let's get into the bag itself. My choice for the bag is the iconic Everyday Camera line by Peter McKinnon X Nomadic. It really is the king of the camera bag, everyday bag hybrid. The Kickstarter I joined all those years ago reached $1.6 million of the $100,000 goal they set. And once you get this in hand, you understand why people wanted them so badly. The external materials and zips are amazing, perfectly chosen, and across every single detail of the bag, you can see that everything has been carefully considered and purposeful, put in a place that has an aesthetic but also a functional purpose. This attention to detail of where things are and why things are where they are make complete sense, but they also didn't skimp on any materials or material related decisions. The bag feels sturdy, and I feel like it can take a beating, but the stuff inside it won't. It also looks really great in my opinion, and it is at least a little bit water resilient, though it does have a little rain jacket that you can put over it if it's really pouring down. The internals are absolutely packed with features, from the ladder system to the cubes that go inside it. You can pack this bag exactly how you want it, and the versatility and use cases for this bag are genuinely outstanding. Covered in zips, mesh pockets, various different stages and storage options, and you can sort of customize them, block different sections off. It's all pretty amazing. And then on top of that, you can fit a full-size 15-inch laptop on the rear pocket that's not actually inside. It doesn't obstruct any of the camera gear at all. And then on the rear of the bag, you've got the molded back panel, which keeps it nice and comfortable, as well as the shoulder straps, which are nice and padded, which means that if it is really loaded up and very, very heavy, it's still pretty comfortable. The bag features easy access from the top or full access from the back by the zip, but the quick access is amazing if you're out shooting and you shove a camera or a few lenses or something in the top there. It's really easy. You just whack your bag off, open the quick pocket, snap your lens on, and then you're away. It's a very, very cool bag. And I also got the sling as well, which is great if you just need sort of a little wee bag with 1 or 2 cameras and a few lenses and maybe a tripod for a day of shooting. Hopefully this has been helpful for you, Zach, and for anyone else out there looking for a better bag. And thank you, Zach, for giving me the opportunity to talk about something that isn't exactly clothing. I think the buy less, buy better approach is not just about what we wear. It's about everything we consume or use. For me, it's not just about saving the planet. It's about an appreciation for the original craft, building things the way that they're designed to last and not just designed to be obsolete in a few years. The outcome of this approach, appreciating true craft and things that are made to last, is that we will save the planet. We just might save ourselves along the way. Thanks very much for watching. Links are in the description as always, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Cheers.